Hi everyone, I'm Dr. Allison Schwartz and I'm the Director of the Office of Undergraduate Research. I wanted to talk to you today about how do you get involved in undergraduate research when you've never done anything like this before but you just have an interest. And so the first thing before we talk about how to get involved is to talk about what actually is research. And at UWF, we define the term research extremely broadly. So really you can think about research as being anything that you engage in as scholarly or creative work, and it should be defined by your discipline. But it has to be mentored by a faculty member. So that could include things that you normally think of when you think about research, like working in a chemistry lab and collecting data and running experiments. But it could also be the creation of visual art pieces and thinking about how the creation exposes current political climates or societal bias, environmental degradation, that sort of thing. Or it could be reinterpreting or rediscovering things, texts and cultural products that are already known about, but thinking about them from a critical or creative perspective and thinking about new analyses or new ideas. And so there should be a way to do research in any of your disciplines. Um, I also want to share just how important it is to get engaged in research. It's something that sets you apart from your peers. So, as a student in a particular major, you all graduate with a certain set of coursework. But when you engage in research, that's something different and unique. It demonstrates to potential employers or graduate schools that you've developed some of the soft skills needed for success, things like time management, perseverance when things go wrong, critical thinking. These are really valuable. But in addition to those things that you can put on your resume or your transcript, research is a fantastic way to figure out where are you right now and where do you want to go in your career? What are the goals that you have and how can you use research to gain experiences and to build your skills in ways that are going to prepare you for whatever that next step is for you? And so, and another reason to really get engaged in research is that in ways that are beyond the typical classroom, you can really start building your network, your professional community. So that might start with your faculty research mentor. And so this is not just like a professor in your class. This is somebody who you can engage with and discuss anything about your professional career. It could be anything from work-life balance and how do you juggle it, to what are the career options that I have, to how do I write my resume so it really reflects my experience and will set me up best for success. And so it's important to start that, and by engaging with your faculty research mentor, they can actually help to facilitate you building your network even more by introducing you to colleagues that they have and bringing you to conferences to engage with other colleagues and things like that. So now I'm sure I've convinced all of you how important it is to get engaged in research as an undergraduate student. And so I want to spend a few minutes talking about how you can do that. One of the first things I would say is to put your mind at ease. A lot of students are intimidated because they think they have to figure out what the project is going to be about. What are they going to research? And they have to go to a faculty mentor. And for undergraduate students, it doesn't have to work like that. More often than not, a student will identify a faculty research mentor first before they have a project idea. So they might have an interest in something that the faculty mentor is doing, and they can go and talk to that faculty member. And oftentimes, the faculty mentor will have an idea for a research project. It could be supplemented by some of your own ideas, but a lot of times for undergrads, the particular project is really faculty driven rather than student driven. Now, there might be cases where some students do have an idea for a new research project on their own, and that's okay too. And so depending on the particular discipline and the particular faculty member, some faculty members are very open to working on projects that are really led by the student and the ideas conceived by the student. So if you're interested, talk to a faculty member. And then finally, once you have a faculty member, you've figured out what your project is, you need to worry about how am I going to pay for the supplies to get the research done. And so we'll talk about some of those in the next few minutes. So finding a faculty member can be a little bit scary, and students often don't know how to do that. I would say the best thing to do is to be as proactive as you can. So look at the department web pages, think about faculty both within your department and outside your department. Every faculty member on campus has a bio posted on their department's webpage about what the research areas that they do. You can also talk to your professors. If you're in a class and you're really interested in one particular area, set up a meeting and go talk to them and say, I really liked this. Is this an area of research that you're engaged in? Do you know anybody else on campus that's engaged in research related to this? Or is there anything I can do to sort of start getting some skills to move me in the direction of that type of research? I would also say don't get discouraged. Some of the faculty have a lot of undergraduate research students working with them. So if they're not able to accommodate an additional student, don't worry about that. Don't take it personally, and you can just move on to the next person. Ask if they have ideas. I would also say that when the faculty member that you approach doesn't know you, they might want to learn more about you and see if you're actually somebody who's going to show up and be engaged and be on time. And what I would say is don't be afraid to volunteer to help out for a couple of hours a week and see if there's anything you can do to get engaged. You know, if you can do some of the more grunt work, like looking up resources in the library or cleaning glassware in a studio, those are really helpful things. It will get you experienced in the skills of doing those things, which will benefit, and it also starts to vet you for that faculty member. And those are the students who often get hired for more extensive research project experience. So you have a good attitude, be willing and able to work hard and do whatever is asked of you, and you will go far. I have an example of what I call the cold email. It's perfectly okay for you to send an email to a faculty member and just express some of your interests and how they might relate to that faculty member's interests, and ask them if you can set up a meeting with them, and just be polite from the start of the email to the end of the email. And if worst case, they meet with you and they're not the right fit for you, but oftentimes faculty have other ideas for colleagues that they know who are looking for students to work with them. And so it's a great experience. If you're the kind of personality who's a little shy and maybe not as eager to go approach a faculty member on your own, my office, the Office of Undergraduate Research, has a couple of programs that helps students with no previous research experience get engaged. And so one of those is the Explorers program, where we learn about a student's experiences and interests, and we match them up with several different faculty members to really just spend a semester shadowing their research, learning what options are available, talking to their current research students and seeing what research looks like in that area. It starts building a relationship with those faculty. It starts exposing you to new possibilities for research that's out there that you may not be aware of. And we also have the Explorer students participate in some professional development, help you with those cold call emails and that kind of thing. That program, the applications always go in October, and it's a spring program. And so if you're interested in that, be on the lookout for that next October. In addition to the Explorers program, we also have the OUR Works program. This also is for students with no research experience. The students must be financially eligible for federal work study, but if they are eligible for that, we can find a faculty member for any student who's interested. And those positions actually pay you an hourly wage to work on research and start building those skills and get engaged. Likewise, those positions are usually advertised throughout the fall semester, and we have quite a few of those positions, and we help you find your faculty in your research project. So it's a great way to get started. And then the other thing OUR does is we host the Student Scholar Symposium every April. This is a university-wide research conference, and so we have students engaged in every department across campus who are doing research, who use this event to showcase what they're doing. And if you've not yet get engaged in research, this is a wealth of information. It's an opportunity to walk around, see what other students are doing in your department or other departments that may have linkages with your field. Talk to those students and learn about how did they get engaged in research? Do they like their faculty mentor? Is their faculty mentor taking on new students? Do they have any advice for students who want to get engaged in research? That kind of thing. So go to the Student Scholar Symposium this year. You can also look on the OUR website and find programs from previous symposium events, and you can scan through those. And again, look through, see which faculty are engaged with undergraduate students and the type of research projects that they're working on. And that will give you a great insight into which faculty member might be the best match for you. If any of these programs sound interesting, check out the OUR website at uwf.edu/OUR for more information about them. You can also find out what's going on in OUR by following us on social media. And finally, if you're just interested in talking and learning more about our programs and seeing if there's anything personalized we can do for you, you can always email our@uwf.edu and make an appointment to speak with somebody from the OUR office and get some ideas and kind of get you started on your way. I would love to hear from any and all of you who are out there and interested in getting involved in research. So give OUR a look and see what we can do for you. Thanks so much.